Studio down here on Causeway Street. Friday night basketball. The Celtics will welcome the 27-33 Golden State Warriors to the Garden tonight. Excuse me, we're up to a rough start already here.
Clean that up, man.
I'm
Friday
working
night,
on it.
Maybe you need a little elixir.
I do. I think I'm parched.
Maybe after the show.
I'm parched. I need to hydrate my larynx. All right, here's the deal. On Wednesday night, the Celtics are obviously motivated because they had Phoenix. They were ticked off. KG was mad. They had something to prove. What did they do tonight? This Golden State team, they beat them just over a week ago. Golden State's not playing that great.
They're not, but they're one of those scary teams that gets up and down. They play the passing lanes a lot. It's a weird type team, and we'll talk about it later in the show. But the team, you see one team for the first 5 or 10 minutes, and it'll be an entirely different team in the second half. Talking about the Golden State Warriors, they get up and down the floor. They have a couple guys who can really, really score, and Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. Right. So they have some scary guys, some scary pieces out there. They don't have the size, and they really don't have the basketball wherewithal to really be in a game. And not even talk about winning this game, but the Celtics have to come out. You can't just show up. You have to play the game.
Well, one of the reasons why the Celtics have won 6 of their last 7 has been the play of Kevin Garnett. Garnett offensively has been stellar over this stretch. Wednesday night against the Suns, he had a season-high 28. Donnie, in the game against Golden State back on the 24th of February, he had 24 points with another double-double. He's had 6 straight double-doubles. How come more offense coming out of KG lately?
Well, I think he's stepping up to the plate. He really is. He's realizing that Perk is gone. You know what? I can't sulk. I can't be too emotional about our guy being gone, our center being gone. I have to continue to play, and that's exactly what's making this team so successful right now. You know Paul Pierce is going to get his shots. There's going to be times where Ray Allen gets hot from three-point range. But really, when you talk about a source of points in so many different ways, KG is the guy. You need a guy to be able to go to. You need someone who can be that force in the paint. And then you know what happens, Gary? Once he scores on the offensive end, his defense seems to pick up as well. So, yes, we're talking about him scoring and what he's doing on the offensive end, but defensively, I think that really, you can see the carryover with KG.
All right, let's go across the street. Check in with Greg Dickerson, who has more on tonight's opponent with the Simmons sideline report. Greg, it's all yours.
Yeah, Gary and Donnie, second time in less than 2 weeks that the Celtics and Golden State Warriors will meet up. It was a 115-93 win for the Celtics less than 2 weeks ago out in Oakland. As you mentioned, this is a Golden State Warrior team that likes to get up and down the floor. They also create havoc as well, sometimes on the defensive end with their style of play. They're a team that forces a lot of turnovers. It's called a Golden State of Mind. They're 1-2 on a current 7-game road trip, 8-20 overall on the road this season. As I mentioned, 16 turnovers forced per game. It's second right now in the NBA. As I mentioned, they like to score. They also added another guy who can shoot and score as well in Al Thornton. He was brought in here, or brought into Golden State after he was released by the Washington Wizards. So just another guy who can shoot the ball, stretch the floor, and score for the Golden State Warriors. On the Celtics side, they are still a banged-up, injured basketball team. Doc Rivers even saying, I don't know who's injured and who's not really anymore. Delonte West had a chance to talk to him. He expects to practice fully on Monday and play by Wednesday. Doc also saying that Shaq wanted to play Sunday in Milwaukee, but he's probably going to hold him out until Wednesday when the Celtics come back here at the Garden. That will be his first game back in a few weeks. For more on the Celtics and their addition to the roster, and Sasha Pavlovich, and tonight's matchup between the Celtics and Golden State Warriors, I said hello to Mike Gorman and Tommy Heinsohn. With tonight's Legal Seafood Game Preview is presented by Legal Seafood. If it isn't fresh, it isn't legal. Michael?
You do that so well, Greg, so well. I miss reading that. I do. All right, Sasha Pavlovich, the newest Celtic. We remember him in his Cleveland Cavalier days as primarily a shooter. What's he bring to the table?
Well, Doc Rivers thinks he's a pretty good defender, and we're going to find that out because that's the first thing they kind of think about. But he was a terrific shooter when he was with Cleveland, primarily an outside guy, but he could put it on the floor and finish. What he's got left, I don't know, because he hasn't played an awful lot of basketball lately. But he will fit in, and if they get him in shape before the playoffs, he could be a factor.
Pretty enthusiastic.
So they'll be able to further evaluate the newcomers in Red Sox spring training, all coming up on Sports Sunday, presented by Dick Sunday at 7:30. Still to come on Ace Ticket pregame live. It is the three-man weave as Ian Thompson joins us from Sports Illustrated. Then you see one of the newcomers, Jeff Green.
Jeffrey Lynn.
You're big on the middle names. Who will benefit from Baby's absence tonight?
Celtics pregame.
Murphy, what do you think?
Well, Kristich is off to a great start, the way he's running the floor and stepping out, making shots, and the difference between him and Perk couldn't be more in his favor right now offensively, so I think he's fine. Trey Murphy, it's been so long since he's played, and you saw the other night just going to the basket. He clearly has to get his rhythm back, his legs back, just getting the flow of the game. So these minutes he'll get will be of huge help to him. And then Jeff Green, I kind of feel for the guy. You know, he's 24. He came from a very collegial atmosphere, very low ego management there in Oklahoma City. And now he comes into this locker room with all this charisma. The walls are dripping with charisma in there and magnetic personalities. And how do you feel comfortable stepping into a locker room like that with Kevin Garnett and all these other big personalities? I think he really has to find his way within the team just to feel comfortable, feel like himself again, find his own role. So this is a big opportunity for him as well.
Yeah, I agree. Jeff Green, I think he's in a good situation, but he's a great kid. He has to keep it positive. He has to understand that he has a lot of guys that he can learn from, not just the X and O's of basketball, but the personality. Jeff Green's not an outwardly emotional guy. He's not a guy that's probably going to be the life of the party. He can learn a lot from these personalities, from Ray, who's really much more subdued than a guy like Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce, who's somewhere in between. So I think it's a great opportunity for him off the court. On the court, he can learn from some great players, and if you think about it, he's not going to have to sit and play, 20 minutes very long. He's going to get an opportunity here in the next few seasons if he decides to stay here or if the Celtics decide to keep him. I really believe Troy Murphy's the one who's going to benefit the most because he's played 19 games this season. Here's a chance for him to get his butt in shape and also get ready for the playoffs and get to the playoffs for once in a 10-year career.
Ian, is Danny Ainge also a MD? Because the 5 guys he traded are all hurt, including Nate Robinson. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. He's having his knee scoped, and the Thunder don't seem to be too upset about this.
Well, Nate was sort of a throw-in for them. I don't think he's part of their long-term future. And Kendrick Perkins was hurt as well, and he is part of their future, but it's not a serious injury. But it's sort of a Red Auerbach thing, isn't it? Isn't this something Red Auerbach done? You trade away the broken parts and you got new stuff back. He used to do it in different ways, whether it was getting DJ back or some of the other trades he made over the years. But I just give all sorts of credit to Danny Ainge for being as bold as he is. This was a very risky thing to do with this trade, to break up a winning formula. How often have we heard that this lineup had never lost in a postseason series? And he took the risk, and that's what separates him from a lot of these general managers in the league, and he's willing to live with the consequences of it.
Well, just so people at home understand, Danny's not selling snake oil here. It's full disclosure. When guys pass a physical, teams are aware of what injuries they may have, what ailments may come. So I don't think they're upset because Nate Robinson's a guy who I think was just, again, just to repeat, a piece that I'm not sure he will be back there. I mean, the future is really, I'm not sure where it's going to end up for Nate Robinson. Whoever gets him is going to get a terrific score once he gets back healthy.
For the second time last night, the Miami Heat lost a game in which they blew a 20-plus point lead against the Orlando Magic, 89-86. And the players after the game were distraught. Let's take a look and listen to Chris Bosh.
Obviously there is a trend with us where we do the same things over and over. We've blown a lot of 20-point leads. We've blown a lot of games where we're in full control. And we have to do something. I don't know if it's changing our approach, I don't know what it is.
What do you think about that, Ian?
I think this is by far the best thing that could happen to these guys is to get their butts kicked a lot. Because remember when they came together and all the smoke was coming out on the stage in Miami and they were all dancing around, they thought they had made, and they're talking about winning 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 championships, whatever. They didn't have a clue what it takes to win as a team. Each one of those guys had been a finisher in his own market. When he got the ball, he was supposed to go to the basket and score, win the game by himself, and now they have to learn to play together. It's a totally new dynamic for them. They were sure they just need to have these kind of humbling experiences in order to grow as a team. I think back of all the other championship teams over the years, they've gone through similar things, maybe not as severe as this, but they all have to go through this phase where they get humbled and they pick themselves back up and they sort of learn how to play together. Remember last year when the Celtics were losing to Washington just a week or two before the playoffs? These kinds of things build a team. It's not necessarily the worst thing for them.
Gary, you asked what the problem is. I think only Tony Soprano can pull off the pinky ring, so that might be one. Chris Bosh, you got to take that pinky ring off, man. It's just not your look. But everyone wants to be a hero, but at the wrong end. The place that you can be a hero for your team and you get wins is on the defensive end. Not enough focus on that end of the floor for the Miami Heat.
Let's take a look at JRM talking trash, JRM hauling in recycling, and the words come from the Honorable Mayor of Sacramento, Kevin Johnson, the former point guard from the Phoenix Suns, talking about the Anaheim NBA bid. Says, I'm wishing them ill will. Let me be clear, we are wishing them ill will. I told that to the Anaheim Mayor in a delicate way last week. I am rooting against him. Of course he is, because it looks like Sacramento could lose their team. What's going to happen with the Kings? Where are they going?
Yeah, I think they are going to Anaheim, and for years the Maloofs have looked at Anaheim as the option. They've run out of time in Sacramento. I'm pretty sure they're going to end up there.
Well, it's 80 degrees in Anaheim today. Why wouldn't you want to move to Anaheim? It's March. What is it in Sacramento?
I might go there myself.
Thank you. Exactly.
Okay,
well, you know what? We're both West Coast guys, so
there
that's
you go.
probably
Okay. Yeah, going to Disneyland, the Maloof family, could they move the Kings to Anaheim? What about Vegas? Would the NBA ever put a team in Vegas?
Not going to happen.
Huh?
Too risky.
No? All right.
Anaheim's great.
Anaheim's okay.
Okay. Compared to Sacramento? All right, next time we go to Sacramento,
but I mean, if you're gonna
you go on that trip next time we go to Sacramento.
Look, Ian, if you're going to move big, baby. Go Vegas. Thank you, Ian Thompson, Sports Illustrated, SI.com. Because I'm such a Vegas guy, obviously.
Yeah.
Doc, you know how I roll. Doc's pregame press conference coming up. Celtics pregame line, best of friends. So check it out. All right, let's hear from Doc Rivers and his pregame thoughts, presented by Georgetown Savings Bank.
Drill with Sasha tonight, any similar or the same as Troy?
As Murph, I don't know. I mean, we'll probably play Vaughn first, and, you know, we'll just see how the game goes.
What's the injury update?
I think it's the same as you heard. You know, Delonte is, you know, day-to-day. I doubt if he plays this weekend. Shaq actually wants to play on Sunday, but I think he needs more practice time. So he'll probably play next Wednesday if nothing happens in practice. I'm scared to say that now with our shoot-arounds being so grueling. You know, and everybody else is what they are.
Doc,
I can't remember who's all injured.
We knew Perk obviously had his knee injury right at Golden State. He comes out today, needs arthroscopic surgery, and it's like, while they were here, like, how aware, how leery of you were you of their health situation?
Well, we know about it. I mean, the Nate injury, I didn't know. I knew he was having knee pain and all that, but other than that, I didn't know much about that. Perk, we knew. I mean, obviously, he got hurt in the game against these guys, and so we knew he'd be out for a little bit.
Nate was having knee pain when he was with Boston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have to lean on KG a little bit more tonight with?
No, I'm not going to extend his minutes. You know, KG's the one guy. It's rare that I change his minutes. He could be the only big on the team, and we just have to figure something out. But I rarely. His minutes are what they are.
It's nice to get splitting the backup minutes at the 4 with Jeff and Troy.
Yeah, and CJ will play a little bit tonight as well.
Thanks, Doc. There is Monte Ellis, the 7th leading scorer in the NBA, getting ready for action.
Got about 10 pounds in his ears.
The Warriors take on the Celtics tonight. Nicole Zalumis with a Chevrolet Sports Central update. Some good news on Josh Beckett. Good news with the NFL labor situation. Stick around and find out. Kevin Garnett became a Celtic. Wow. Does that change tonight?
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. I know Doc is trying to figure out which pieces. He keeps telling us, you know what, I don't know what to do with Jeff Green yet, but Jeff Green, I think, is a good enough player that you put him out there, good things will happen, and he's interchangeable. It's always great to be a guy who can play a couple different positions. Plus, the Golden State Warriors give up 106 points a game. You're going to have a chance to score against the Celtics. You just got to move the ball and play deep.
If you like offense, this will be the game for you. Stand by. The Celtics will take on the Golden State Warriors. Celtics are looking to win 4 in a row. Again, please join us at halftime and again right after the game for Postgame Live. Mike, Tommy, and Greg are coming at you right now here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Up in old places, Jeff Green getting used to calling the TD Garden home. And the new face tonight, Sasha Pavlovich, the newest Celtic. Will he play? He just might. Celtics and Warriors are next. KG wants it. They go to him. He's going right at Fry and banks that one home. The Celtics got their revenge on the Suns while further incorporating the new guy.
That is going to be a staple of what they're capable of doing.
We're just trying to acclimate all the guys that are here and embrace them.
The newest arrival to Field of Love is sharpshooter Sasha Pavlovich.
I'm happy, man. It's Boston Celtics. Who wouldn't be?
Tonight, every available Celtic will be needed in order to keep pace with the Warriors' speedy attack.
Think of this game as a coast-to-coast game, going from rim to rim until they stop you. And if they stop you, then that means something's open.
Again, pushing it. The kick. Pierce tries another three. Got that one. Get set for a fast and furious Friday night of hoops between the Warriors and the Celtics on Comcast Sportsnet. Right now. Inside a sold-out TD Garden, second home game in the week for the Celtics. They hope to make it a sweep for these two home games as they get set to take on the Golden State Warriors for the second time in a couple of weeks. So look at the standings. Celtics got a gift last night. Miami blew a 24-point lead against Orlando, ultimately lost the game. Now 3 behind the Celtics in that loss column. Same thing for Chicago. Both have tough opponents tonight. Miami's at San Antonio. Chicago is at Orlando. So the Celtics, if they can take care of business here, could pick up another game on those two teams. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Gorman, along with Tom Heinsohn. There is no Glenn Davis tonight. There is no Delonte West. So, again, the new guys are going to get a long look tonight. Jeff Green in just his 4th game as a Celtic. Troy Murphy playing in just his 2nd. I know you think Jeff maybe can be the more help sooner.
Well, I think that Jeff Green is going to be a 2-position player for the Celtics, and they will really need what he can do tonight. He's going to play substantial minutes with Big Baby being hurt, but he is a hard push guy. He's an offensive whiz. He's going to score a lot of points. He's got a lot of the moves that Paul Pierce has, like that one right there, the step away. So he's got it going, and let's hope he has a big one tonight.
Well, they're going to need a lot of points tonight because Golden State certainly can't score a lot. They love to run up and down the floor. They're just a very, very good fast-breaking basketball team. You can see 18.8 fast break points, 2nd in the entire NBA. And when it comes to three-point field goals, Darrell Wright leads the league in three-point field goals made. So you got to stay with them near the basket. You got to stay with them deep. And they have a great scorer in Monte Ellis.
Yeah, when you turn this guy loose, you're asking for trouble. I mean, you got to make sure that he can't find a way to get to the basket because he does things like you just saw. He is a terrific offensive player. He's got all the moves, the tweeners, the outside shot, and if he gets out in the front of the break, you're dead.
All right, the Celtics have been able to harness him pretty well of late. We'll see if they can do it again tonight. Boston, meanwhile, comes in playing some great basketball, mainly on the back of Kevin Garnett, who has put together a remarkable string of double-doubles and looks like the KG of about 3 years ago. He is leading the way for Boston. Pierce off the bounce to Kevin. KG having a great season. Joined by head coach Doc Rivers. No Delonte, I understand, tonight, not till next week?
Yeah, not till next week, and probably Shaq next week as well. So hopefully we're getting some guys back.
You got some new guys again. It seems every time I see you, you have somebody new. Sasha Pavlovich. Tell me a little bit about him.
Well, you know, we liked him a couple years ago. We haven't seen him much since. So I know he can defend. I know he's a tough kid. He's not going to back down from anyone. He has a shot that's a weapon as well. So, you know, we may throw him in there tonight. We may not. We're just going to wait and see.
No Glenn Davis, of course, tonight either. So you're minus Glenn and Delonte off the bench. It kind of forces you into playing the new guys and see what happens, no?
Yeah, I would probably play some of them anyway. But, you know, it's still the same thing. It's been the theme of the year. Our starters have been pretty much relatively healthy, even though we've had some injuries with them as well. But it's been very difficult to get any kind of rhythm with our bench.
Quick scouting report on Golden State. I know arguably the highest scoring backcourt in the league, if not one of the best backcourts in the league.
Yeah, they're aggressive. You know, a little like Phoenix, except for it's more off the dribble. You know, Phoenix, besides Nash, they really do a nice job offensively with the ball movement. And Golden State is really aggressive with the ball. I mean, they want to stay in transition and randoms. They rarely want to set up. And so our job is to try to make them set up and run half-court offense.
All right. Good luck tonight.
Oh, thanks.
All right. The Celtics trying to wrap up a quick little homestand before heading to Milwaukee. Take on Golden State. Always fun when you play the Warriors up and down the court over the next couple of hours. Airlines It will be Rondo and Allen in the backcourt, Pierce Garnett and Kristich along the front line. For head coach Doc Rivers, a lot of mixing and matching he'll have to do off the bench tonight. 7th season as the Celtics head coach. Very, very proud father, too. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Stephen Curry, Monte Ellis in the backcourt. Darrell Wright, David Lee, and Epe Udoh along the front line for head coach Keith Smart. His first season as the Warrior head coach. They like him a lot out there. They think he'll be there for a long time. Another guy who's going to be here for a long time is our sideline reports, brought to you by Simmons, the smart choice in plumbing products. Here's Greg.
Mike and Tommy, Dr. Rivers said before tonight's game, he's got so many guys out, he can't remember everybody who's injured on this team. I'll give him a little refresher course. Delonte West out with an ankle injury. Shaquille O'Neal out as well with an Achilles injury. Delonte may be back as soon as Wednesday. He said his injury last week during a workout was surreal. Still hasn't shot, still hasn't put any weight on it, but does expect to practice on Monday and play Wednesday. Dr. Rivers saying about Shaq, he wanted to play Sunday at Milwaukee, but needs more practice time. He, too, expects Shaq back next Wednesday here at the Garden.
All right, we're underway. Curry with the tip. He's going to be picked up by Ray Allen, which means Rondo will chase Monte Ellis, who's in the lane and misses the shot. And Kristich comes up with the first rebound, contested by David Lee. Rondo blows right to the basket, then has it blocked, saved, and picked off by Lee. And Monte Ellis is rubbing his right eye as he comes up the court, and a quick 20-second timeout is taken by Golden State, which gives us a chance to check out tonight's Honeydew list, brought to you by Honeydew Irish Cream Coffee is back. Enjoy the local flavor.
Yeah, don't take the first shot unless it's a layup. You can get layups off this team if you just move the ball and move yourself. They are not a good defensive team. And stay in front of Ellis. Don't be trying to steal the ball from him. Just make sure he's between your knees as best you can, because he can take it strong to the hoop.
Let's take a look at our Subaru key matchup of the game. The numbers you're going to see are from the first meeting between the Celtics and Golden State, which was just a couple of weeks ago on that West Coast road trip. Rondo with 19 points, 15 assists, 18 and 2 the numbers for Stephen Curry. Curry, as I mentioned, will be defended by Ray Allen, and Rondo will go with Ellis, and a turnover leads to a Boston fast break, and Ray takes it in and got fouled.
Well, that's something that they were not doing the last time the Celtics played them. Here's the steal by Ray. Off he goes. But in the last outing, nobody would foul a guy like Ray. They would have just let him get the layup. It was the most open-door policy of defense I ever saw. I wish I was playing that in that game. Man, I would have had a field day.
Well, they're fun games to watch. I mean, they haven't been that successful in terms of win-losses, but they packed their building out of Oakland, and it's one of the great buildings to play in. It's loud. They love their team. Team just doesn't win many games. Curry leaves it. Udoh misses the shot. KG's all over the rebound. Quickly to Rondo.
Boy, and Pierce was right there with him on the boards.
Kristich inside has it knocked away, but it comes back to Rondo. Still plenty of time, 9 on the shot clock. Rondo's going to take a jumper. Nope. Rebound Lee. Lee will get a bunch of them before the night is done.
Celtics handled Lee pretty easily in the last game.
Yeah, they did.
Much better than they did when he was a Knick.
Rondo got the passing lane, unable to come up with it, and Lee ends up getting 2 with the left hand. And as I said, they get up and down the floor, second in the league in field goal attempts, 85. What did your team back in like 57 or something? You averaged 125 field goal attempts a game? Something?
Why not? I was on it.
125. All we hear about is how these guys today are so much better athletes. 125 shots. I say again. KG drops the tempo.
Well, coming up behind the play, the initial thrust, that'll work.
Kevin has been playing outstanding basketball for the better part of 3 weeks. Rebound tipped away by Udo. Gets it in the middle to Lee. And a late whistle. Foul is going to be on Kristic.
Celtics foul is on number 4, and then on Kristic. That is his first personal.
First on the nod.
Team foul. David Lee will be at the line.
Now, this is a hustle play by Udo, and here's Lee. Kind of looked like a walk to me.
A lot of
got a little hippity hop steps, yeah. Hippity hop.
The Knicks gave up on Lee and made the trade, and he ended up signing, I want to say, like $56 million contract out of Golden State. See that good? I mean, I know he's good. I mean, he's the walking double-double past couple of years.
Well, he really hasn't gotten his game together with this team. I mean, they're too quick up and down the floor. And when you got two guards that are bombs away, your power forward is not going to be in the scheme of things too often.
Yeah.
When he was with the Knicks, they made sure he touched the ball.
Takes advantage of the extra chance. 4 points and rebound for Lee here in the early going. Tied at 4. Ellis defending Ray Allen. Pierce has got Darrell Wright on him. Inside Kristic. Trying to work on Udo, and does.
A nice move. Totally under control.
Curry made that shot, but Kristic aggressively played defense.
Yeah, he was right there with him. And that kid's a great shooter, particularly on the fallaways.
Ray lays it down. KG kicks it out. Pierce passes up the 3, gets in the paint. Kristic again.
Nice play by Pierce. Great ball movement by the Celtics. That's what I mean. Don't take the first shot. That shows.
Garnett on Lee. Lee, nice little up fake. Good help comes from Ray Allen, but Lee, let's see.
He lucked out on that one.
Got a good roll.
Well, they're determined to get Lee involved in this one, which they didn't do in the last one.
Ray Allen, a quick 3.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Ellis is not thinking defense.
Points going up on the board here in a hurry. 11-8 Boston, 4 minutes gone. Lee decides to shoot it after fumbling it a couple of times and knocks it down.
Hey, and Kristic did a nice job there.
Pierce. Kristic comes up shooting, long with that one. Rebound controlled by Wright. Wright, an excellent three-point shooter. Again, leads the league in three-point field goals made. Turns it over there, though. Rondo, a little hesitation, move to Garnett. And Celtics get lucky there. They'll keep it with 17 on the shot clock.
Well, they played Rondo for the pass that time. Watch Pierce into the paint, draws the bottom defender. Beautifully executed.
Celtics get an easy layup off the inbounds pass. Open up a three-point lead. Ray Allen with his second bucket. Ray's got 7 already in the game. Udo the miss. Garnett the rebound. 3 rebounds for KG. Rondo. Right to right. Curry pulls up and buries it.
Stephen Curry, the 3.
You better find him.
Yeah, he threw the ball away, Rondo, and then got upset with himself and trotted back.
Best in the league off turnovers the Warriors are, and Kristic off the feed from KG is going to get himself to the free throw line. I don't think Kristic is used, Tommy, to this many touches.
No, but he's got good hands, and he's among the guys that can really catch the ball as a big man. And he knew where the shot was. really knew how. I think he knows how to find the blue sky, and that's always important for a big guy. But the first thing is to catch the ball. And sometimes big guys have great difficulty catching the ball, and then catching the ball and bringing it down and then up. And Perk was a big exponent of catching it at the letters and bringing it down to his knees. And they try to correct that for years.
Pistons 6 points in 6 minutes. Curry kicks it out to Lee. He makes the shot.
David Lee.
Lee in double figures already with 10, not even halfway through the first quarter. Tied at 15. KG. Looking right over the top of Lee. Puts it on the floor across the lane. Ray for three.
Nice play by KG. Got a clean look for Ray with that little turn to the middle.
Celtics are 6 of 10 to open the game. Golden State 6 of 11. Curry again. Misses this time. Udo with the good hustle. Lee gets it back, fakes it. Probably should have taken it. Comes back the other way and gets two.
He's playing like he's a Knick tonight.
Udo whistled for the foul as he took Kristich down. And we're going to get ourselves a timeout. 5:17 left to go here, first quarter. Ray Allen, perfect from beyond the arc, 2 for 2. He's got 10. Celtics lead by 1. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by SBLI, the no-nonsense life insurance company. 5:17 left to go here in the first. Boston with a 1-point lead at 18-17. Celtics fans, now's your chance to catch a game in style by renting a private suite here at the TD Garden. Now, a limited amount of suites are available for the remaining home games, including great views of the court, a variety of catering options, and a whole lot more. For more information on securing a suite for a game, visit Celtics.com or call 866-GO-CELTICS. No changes for Boston. This is usually the time that Glenn Davis would slide into the game, but Glenn is going to be out probably till the middle of next week on the bench and street clothes.
Yeah, and that means perhaps KG's going to have to play some more time and be at the center position a little bit.
Celtics looking good from deep. They're 3 of 4 in the game tonight, lead by 4. Pierce with 1, Ray Allen with 2. This is the kid Wright, who is the deep shooter for Golden State, along with Curry. Beardridge into the game and throws down a hook shot. Lost his starting job to the rookie Udo. Bill Walton noting that he thought Beardridge had too good a tan to be any good.
Yeah, I heard that.
Makes a steal right there, though. Curry. Pierce wins the battle underneath.
Pierce is playing great defensive rebounding.
Ball finds KG somehow. Kristich says, I'll shoot it, and knocks it down. 8 for Kristich already in the game. He's had 4 shots in 8 minutes. He had no way he was getting 4 shots in 8 minutes at Oklahoma City with Durant and Westbrook.
Loose ball fall on Golden State's number 15 on this Beardridge.
Beardridge picks up that foul. Kevin Garnett gets a rest. 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for KG in the opening 8 minutes. And Ray Allen also sits down. Von Wafer
replacing Ray Allen
and Troy Murphy in the game. So we'll get to see Murphy and Kristich work together a little bit. There's Glenn Davis.
Well, they're trying to keep as many veteran players in there with Murphy and Kristich.
Rondo to the basket.
Well, I tell you, all night long.
Walter now is defending Curry. Ellis lost it on the baseline. Out of bounds. It stays Golden State ball. Let's take a look at tonight's courtside cam, brought to you by Lincoln. It's not just luxury, it's smarter than that.
Watch this as Curry really is leaning towards the middle. And just one easy dribble, and he's by him.
Lee right back to Wright. Good up fake by Wright. Draws the foul on Pierce.
Celtics foul is on number 34, Paul Pierce. That's his first personal.
First on Paul. Let's take a look.
Team foul. Darrell right at the line, shooting 2.
It's going to be a long night if they call all those. Wright misses the free throw. Jeff Green.
I hate to bring back bad memories, but they were calling everything in the fourth quarter the other night. Hope it's not like that game.
Look at the improvement by Wright. 6 points a game his first 6 seasons, 16 now. Horses for courses.
And Murphy did not really play a lot of basketball this season with New Jersey.
Gets a good look here. Nope. Ellis takes the rebound right over the top of Beardridge. She didn't seem to mind.
That's Murphy's shot, however. You get him that shot, he'll make 8 out of 10.
Wright wanted to shoot, he couldn't make a clean catch. Lee's pass is picked off by Pierce. Paul in the middle finds Vaughn. He's going to take it. Oh, the threes are going down. 4-5 for Boston. They lead by 8.
I'll tell you, they're trusting Von Way for more and more. That was a nice play by Pierce.
Wright going hard to the hoop. Can't kiss it home. Rebound controlled in there by Kristich. Pierce slashes to the bucket.
Oh, really? What a play.
And Golden State's going to take a timeout. We told you there'd be lots of points in this game. The Celtics got 30 on the board. Still 2:12 to play in the first. They lead by 10. We got 2:12 left to go here. First quarter. The Celtics have opened up a 10-point lead at 30-20. Tonight's Xfinity HD Zone is brought to you by Xfinity Triple Play, Xfinity TV, Internet, and Voice. Here's Greg.
Hi, Mike. Thanks so much. Sasha Pavlovich, the newest member of the Boston Celtics, and that says something. 5 new members of the team since middle of last week. When I asked him about being with the Celtics, he said, it means a lot. Hey, it's the Boston Celtics. He told me 3 weeks ago he never expected to be in this situation, and he's not necessarily concerned about minutes. As a matter of fact, he's not concerned about minutes at all. He said 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. I'm here to bring some defensive toughness to this team. Played earlier this season for New Orleans and Dallas. Of course, spent the bulk of his career in Cleveland. Guys?
There are his numbers. Yeah,
he can shoot. He can shoot, and he's a tough kid. So,
Rondo picks up the foul. It's Rondo, Murphy, Green, Kristich, and Wafer.
Minutes to play in the quarter.
Bit of an adventure there with Curry in the ball. Ooh, nice shot by Wright.
he didn't know what to do with it.
It was kind of an afterthought, wasn't it? 8-point game.
Now, Rondo is in there to try and get some cohesion with this unit. Paul Pierce is on the bench.
Kristich right off the catch. Murphy's follow won't stay down.
Good hustle play by Murphy.
Lee.
14-point first quarter for Lee. Jeff Green wants the ball on Wright. Green getting his first touch, skips a pass to Wafer instead. 10 on the shot clock. Vaughn's floater goes. Mike Gorman, Tom Hudson, Greg Dickinson, glad you could join us as the Celtics have opened up an 8-point lead early on Golden State. Ellis. That's a scorer right there.
foul was on number 4, Leonard Crispin.
This is
That's his second personal, first in the last 2 minutes.
watch this play by Wright. I mean, he wanted to pass the ball and saw that the man was covered. All he could do was just flip it up there. And for him, he must have been praying early in the morning.
Chris Johnson's going to come into the game, and Kristich will sit down and add. Nice job. 3 of 5, 2 for 2 at the line, 2 rebounds and an assist. 8 points total, a couple of fouls.
Monte Ellis will be at line with.
He was busy. 7th in the league in scoring, Ellis is. Avery Bradley at the point. On the shot clock. Green is going to have to create something on Wright. A little step away. Nope. Murphy an offensive board, and Wafer fires away. Comes up short. Chris Johnson an offensive board. Now the Celtics will look for the final shot. About a second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pulls up, front rims it. Rebound controlled by Golden State. Wright is going to get a pretty good look. Nearly banked it home.
That's the end of the first quarter, fans. With the score.
We expected an up-and-down game. We have one. We usually do get one with the Golden State Warriors. Celtics, a 5-point lead, 32-27. End of the first quarter here on a Friday night in Boston. Dribbled out of bounds.
Well, that was a nice attempt there by Von Wafer to put it on the floor. But Johnson's not used to seeing those type of passes in the D-League, I guarantee you.
It is Murphy, Johnson, Wafer, Green, and Bradley. Ellis comes up firing. Rebound Bradley.
That was good defense on Monte Ellis.
Green dips the shoulder. A little too hard for Johnson to handle. Law loses the handle out of bounds.
Celtics ball.
Way of the screen and hits a little floater.
Nice play. I tell you, that kid gets up when he drives to the basket.
He's a very talented offensive player.
You know, his defense has improved markedly since the beginning of the year.
Ellis to the bucket.
Ellis.
Wafer came up limping. That's the last thing in the world the Celtics need. And he signals the bench he needs a timeout.
20-second timeout, Celtics.
He's walking as if it's a rolled ankle, hard to tell. Let's take a look at tonight's Kia card presented by Kia Motors, the official automotive partner of the Boston Celtics. To learn more, visit kia.com. Sasha Pavlovic, born in Montenegro, one of 5 players from Montenegro in NBA history. Started 20 playoff games for the Cavaliers during their 2007 run to the NBA Finals. Has played in 42 career playoff games with an average of nearly 6 a game. That'll be a help in 2010, 2011. Has only played 14 games for Dallas and New Orleans. So he's rested.
He's got his legs underneath him, if they say. Take a look at Wafer turning his ankle. Well, didn't see.
It didn't look like he landed on a sneaker, and he didn't reach for his ankle. He reached for his knee. Yeah. Yep. He went popping off immediately to the locker room. Greg will be on top of that. Jeff Green. Nice pass by Rayon.
Yeah, good hands by Green.
Ray back into the game for Wafer. Green chasing Radmanovich, who's a shooter. Johnson up big for the rebound, but it's taken away by Amundsen underneath. He can't finish it. And then it's slapped out of bounds. Last touch by the aggressor there, Amundsen.
There, Johnson gets in there and knocks around. Kid as slender as he is, wow.
He defines slender, doesn't he? Green off the bounce, got himself a pretty good shot, made it.
He can do that. And he can also finish. I tell you, when he gets a half a step on you, he's going to lay a good move on you, and he goes up strong.
Beardridge trying to bully Johnson a little bit, and does. Beardridge 2 for 3 off the bench, 4 points. Celtics by 7 and the ball. About 3 minutes gone here, second quarter. Murphy. Ray Allen knows his 5 on the shot clock, gets it back to Green, has to shoot it. Amundsen with the rebound. Law finds the right man.
Ellis for 3.
Yeah, Ray dropped way off him to help on that team defense.
8 points in the opening quarter for Ellis. Ray kisses it home. That was sweet.
How many of those do you think he's taken over his career?
He could be Sam Jones like with that backboard shot. We're going to get ourselves a timeout. 7:47 left to go. First half here in Boston. Ray, the little kiss off the glass.
Clock winding down. The game comes down to this.
This is my time. Time to step up. Time to, hey, this official jersey from NBAstore.com.
Hey, you can manage your account online, reserve your 2011 playoff tickets, renew your seats for next season, and much more. For further information on season ticket benefits or becoming a season ticket holder, visit Celtics.com/STH or call 866-GO-CELTICS. Starting to learn more and more about these new Celtics, including Jeff Green, who said tonight he never really played organized basketball until his sophomore year in high school. Before that, he said he was really a football player, then all of a sudden grew about 4 inches, and his dad said to him, you're going to become a basketball player. And one thing he's learned very quickly being here around the Celtics and Doc Rivers, exactly how good Doc Rivers is out of timeouts. He said he's just a great play caller. He can draw it up in a second. We run it, and it's wide open. You say to yourself, how did he think of that? You just can't find that everywhere in this league.
There are many around the league who think Doc is the best out of a timeout. Green, little jump hook comes up short, got his own miss, but a foul is called. Paul Pierce is coming back into the game.
Number 19, Lou Amundsen. That is his
And
first
so is Rajon Rondo.
First team foul.
Johnson and Bradley will sit down.
Jeff Green at the line.
So they're going to give Jeff Green a chance to play the power forward spot. And KG will take Beatrice.
You can do it against this team.
Yeah. There's no real bulk up front that keep bouncing you, bumping you into the paint.
Let's see, it is 41-37, 4. See if he makes his free throw. Only a 5-point game with this lineup on the floor. 7:33 to go in the half. See how we do. It is Law, Beardridge, Williams. It's been a good pickup for this basketball team. Radmanovich and Amundsen on the court right now. Banks home by Reggie Williams. He's a good scorer, this kid.
Got to be a good scorer to even take that shot.
Ray, quick from the corner for three.
Yeah, they go over the top. It's too late. Set that pick. You got to trail Ray out there. Instead, they go over the top of the pick, and it's too late.
Ray perfect from deep, and he's got 15 points already in the game. Lee has 14 on the other side. He's on the bench right now. Law made a more difficult shot than he had the first time. Green running the floor for two.
What a catch! What a catch! That was like a Havlicek catch. I tell you, that's an art in itself, making those type of plays. Long passes, catch on the stride, right into the shot. Aren't a handful of quick forwards, power forwards able to do that.
He's a quick power forward right now.
No, he's a two-position player. I'll tell you, and he's strong enough to play even beefier guys, and they'll out-quick those beefier guys. So it's going to be interesting when he plays that position. I think he can play it against anybody.
Defensive 3-second violation.
Defensive 3-second violation. What's going on with Von Wafer, Greg?
Mike, based on the way things have been going injury-wise with this team, I'm glad to deliver some good news when it comes to Von Wafer. He's got a strained right calf muscle. The good news is he is going to return in this basketball game.
That is good news. Stays a 7-point game, 6:20 to go in the half. Amundsen going hard to the bucket.
Well, they just opened up too much.
Rondo, nice pass. Comes right back to him. Ball finds him. That was nice.
That was exceptional.
You ever think it's a bunch of baloney about the Celtics making the extra pass? That last play is all you have to see. Rondo with the steal. Ray, good look at a three. Timeout taken by Golden State with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first half. The Celtics have 53 points on the board. They lead it by 10. He has 11 in the game.
Take a look at this. Now, I'm going to make a statement that's going to amaze some of you people. Right now, this guy has never, ever played with a guy that would make that type of pass to him and will on a consistent basis. All of a sudden, he just found out what fun it's going to be to play with Rajon Rondo. And after they called the timeout, he made a deliberate move to walk half the distance of the court to give Rondo a pat for that pass.
4-6 shooting, 11 quick points for Jeff here. Curry back in the game. Williams misses from the corner. Pierce in traffic got the rebound. Rondo blows by Wright. Throws it up for Jeff Green.
There's another one. He's going to get out in front of everything all the time playing with Rondo.
Wright, the pull-up for two.
Right.
4.5 to go here, first half. Celtics down to 10 on the shot clock. Pierce inside, KG. Boston shooting 64%, make it 67% after that make by Garnett in this game. They're 22 of 33.
Take a look at this alley-oop play. Here's Rajon, and there's Green once again ahead of the power forward. And he's going to get ahead of an awful lot of power forwards when he plays that spot. Oh, that's the type of play you can expect from him a lot, I think, as the season progresses.
Pierce called for the trip.
Celtics foul is on number 34, Paul Pierce.
Second on Paul.
That's his second first.
Stepped on his foot.
For Golden State, number 8, Monte Ellis back into the lineup.
12-point Boston lead. 57 points on the board with 4 minutes to go in the half. Ray Allen looped ahead to Rondo. Again, Green running the floor. Rondo just takes it in because nobody's near it.
Don't play me, huh? You better.
Rondo's got 4 points and 8 assists. The foul aggressively coming out on Ellis.
Well, if you're going to foul, make it a good one. Watch Rondo. I mean, they all back away looking for him to pass the ball. Watch them. They all turn their head. I got my guy, so. Wow.
David Lee felt pretty foolish there.
They all did.
Curry dribbles through a crowd. That's a tough shot right there. Pierce tracks down the rebound. Up to Green, bounce pass to Garnett. And Garnett's going to be called for a foul. That was good hustle by KG.
They're going to call a foul on KG.
That's number 5, Kevin Garnett. That's his first personal.
He grabs him by the shoulder a little bit. Good hustle by KG. That's just his first foul. And it'll put Lee at the line. Lee had 14 points in the first quarter. And hasn't played much in the second quarter. Warriors are 7 of 9 at the free throw line. Celtics are 7 of 7. Boston by a dozen. They lost. I think it was 6 or 7 when they put this lineup on the floor. Kristich is going to come in next whistle. Go back to the center position. Ray banks it from the other side.
Wow! Boy, he just looked Monte Ellis off.
Ray hasn't missed a shot. He's 7 of 7.
That was total confidence by Ray when he took that shot. He knew the defender was even going to get close to bothering it.
KG working on the youngster Udo. Help comes from Curry. KG finds Pierce. Paul in the lane. No. Tipped by Green. No. Pulled down in there by Lee, and here comes Wright. Wright, nice move with the dribble. Good finish. 9 points in the game for Wright. Timeout taken by the Celtics. 2:03 left to go here in the half. 61-51, Boston by 10. Celtics are up by 10 here on a Friday night with 2:03 to go in the first half. You can wrap up your sports week with Sports Sunday host Michael Felger as he breaks down the NFL labor situation and the Bruins and the Celtics winning streak. Sports Sunday presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Sunday at 7:30 only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Well, take a look at Ray, and he has yet to miss. And in it goes, and he's getting easy shots over the head of Ellis, and there they attack him, but never get to his shooting hand. So Ray is having a night.
He sure is. 57% shooting from beyond the arc since the All-Star game.
Well, some guy other than Pierce won the three-point shooting contest. Who was that guy?
That guy from Miami. Rondo, nice dish. Gets it back. Drives. Oh, what a pass. What a terrific little pass there.
Well,
bounce pass that sat right up.
These two guys, look at Kristich go over there and just give him a hand. Watch this. Bang, right into his hands. There's the foul. And afterwards, Kristich just goes right over to Rondo and gives him a high five.
First in the last 2 minutes.
He knows that if he's going to love playing with this team. Nobody has passed him the ball like that, ever.
Time to look at the first of 3 Amica game updates presented by Amica's three-point coverage, auto, home, and life. Celtics shooting 67%. 17 assists so far on 24 baskets. And Golden State, usually the ones who dominate that stat in terms of points off turnovers, not so tonight. Celtics have only turned it over 5 times. Thornton into the game. Made a tough pass where Lee couldn't do a whole lot with it. And the Celtics will get it back off the 6th Golden State turnover. Gray, a little leaner. Rims at first miss of the night, kept alive momentarily by Kristich, picked off by Ellis.
Wow, what a shot that was. They closed down the alley to the basket, and he just stopped, pulled up, and that's an old-time shot. How many guys have those little 5-footers?
Yeah. Kristich backing his way in, kicks it out to Pierce. That's slipped out of Paul's hands. And that was a good 3-4 rows back.
Eddie Usher got that one.
Yeah. You have to keep it when it goes that far back.
Yeah, the Usher just got an assist for getting the ball back on the floor.
Curry. KG, his 4th rebound. 4 points, 4 rebounds for Kevin in this first half. Celtics are going to take this clock down. About a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And I'm not sure Doc wanted a timeout, but he got one. I think he kind of changed his mind, but the official had seen him, so. Celtics get charged for the timeout, up by 9 with the ball. 13 on the shot clock, 17.7 left to go. Don't forget, he tried to say, to stick around at halftime, as Halftime Live is presented by McDonald's. Gary and Donnie will have some analysis for the first half. Kevin Walsh will have a Chevrolet Sportsnet Central update. That's all on the McDonald's halftime. Tonight's NBA News is brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals. Buy at Toyota.com, where you'll find Toyota offers not seen on TV. Nate Robinson now is going to miss 4 to 6 weeks following knee surgery. Burke already out 2 to 3 weeks, so Oklahoma City not getting anything out of that trade. Leon Poe signed with the Memphis Grizzlies following a buyout from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nice to see Leon catching on somewhere in the league. We'll be with you Sunday night, 9 o'clock. Game coverage on Comcast Sportsnet begins at 8:30 as the Celtics take on the Milwaukee Bucks.
You know, he's such a great guy and such a dedicated worker, Leon. And he's got a terrible injury history with the knees, and yet people, because of his character, will take him, hoping that he will be able to play. did not want to call that one.
No. But let's see now. Again, the Celtics so good off these timeouts. Now they're saying they got to take the ball out from the other side. Rondo to Pierce. Wow. Ellis back in a hurry. Wins out a three. And the Celtics have a double-digit lead at halftime. Ray Allen only missed one shot. 7 of 8 from the field. 4 of 4 from deep. 20 first-half points for Ray. And the Celtics have a 64-53 lead. Let's check in with Gary.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Boy, the vets are getting the new guys involved in this one. Huh?
They really are. That's why they're shooting 66%. I love to see. It's a cliche, but it's a terrific cliche. Celtics basketball. Move the basketball, shoot a high percentage, and you're winning.
And Curley, he very well in that first half. He finished with 9 points. They were looking for him. We'll show you how the new guys did. McDonald's halftime next.
Welcome to Celtics Halftime Live on Comcast Sportsnet, presented by McDonald's.
And welcome, everybody. Gary and Donna here, 64-53. Celtics are up on the Golden State Warriors. Welcome to McDonald's Halftime Live. And one of the things, Donna, we talked about on pregame live was with Baby out, it was going to be a chance for Jeff Green to get the ball, also Christian to get the ball. And it seems that Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, KG are all looking for these guys.
They are. They're trying to tell them that, look, you're part of this team. This is how we play. And the two guys that probably appreciate this being here more than any other guys that happened in the trade in the entire NBA are Kristich and Green. Unselfishness, Kevin Garnett, that's his shot. You know that 15, 16-foot jumper. He said, you know what, I'm going to get Kristich involved in here. Ray driving the baseline, finding Jeff Green. You know, a lot of people are saying they're not sure how long it's going to take Jeff Green. Gary, I disagree. I think Jeff Green, if you average 14 points over a short career like he's had, that tells you one thing. He knows how to score. Run with this team, get to the right spot, you will be successful.
Jeff Green with 13 for the Celtics. Ray leading the way with 20. As the Celtics have the advantage, 64-53. Ray Allen feeling it, 7 of 8 from the floor. Chevrolet Sportsnet Central Update with Kevin Walsh. The latest on the NFL labor situation is next.
AAA First Half Replay brought to you by AAA Travel. Book your next vacation at AAA Travel Marketplace, March 4th through the 6th, down at Gillette Stadium. 64-53 is the halftime score. Celtics up by 11. Tonight's courtside conversation brought to you by Lincoln. It's not just luxury, it's smarter than that. Celtics shoot about 65% in that first half. Can't play much better offensively than they did.
I really, truly loved what the new guys gave to this basketball team tonight. And they have never had so much fun playing basketball as they will have playing with Rondo. You could tell they never experienced that type of being open and getting the ball. So keep your eye open on those guys. They're going to jump for joy before this game is over.
Let's check in with Greg, see what the coaches had to say.
As you can imagine, not too many bad things to say. As a matter of fact, no bad things to say about the offense for this team after 64 points and 66% shooting. It was on the defensive end that had the coaches upset a little bit. They said, listen, we know we can score against these guys, and sometimes it's easy, but we can't get lulled to sleep on the defensive end. There were a number of things we did not do well defensively in that first half. Side pick and rolls, post defense, transition defense. Those are the things that we have to tighten up in the second half.
Pierce inside, missed it, got it back. Sends it out to Ray Allen. Fresh clock for Boston. Ray drives to the hoop. Somehow,
out of bounds, Golden State ball.
He doesn't really recover. Halftime stats are brought to you by Comcast Business Class. Take a closer look at your phone bill and save your business some money with Comcast Business Class. 6 of 9 shooting for Boston from deep. 4 for 4 for Ray Allen. Celtics double them up on fast break points, and the Celtics bench playing exceptionally well.
Boy, has that kid got great shots, Ellis. Wow. That was half going away from the basket.
Kevin can score pretty easily over Lee. Rondo staying with Ellis. Ray Allen call for the foul there on Curry.
Ray Allen.
That's just the first on Ray.
First team foul.
Nobody in any foul trouble in this game on either side. Nobody with more than 2. Lee. Nope.
Boy, he made him go to the right hand. That's not his fault. He's a lefty.
Looked awkward doing it.
Yeah.
Here gets in the paint, gets fouled by Lee. Well, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and a couple assists in 19 minutes in the first half.
Watch Pierce come off this pick. His man is halfway out of the play, and Lee never closes down the angle until it's too late. Tell you who was Perk was great at closing down the angles for guys trying to roll off the top of those little pin downs. And you never really thought you could get to the hoop, but if you see the least little corner of the backboard over the guy's shoulder, you know you got a half a step on him going to the middle. And Lee showed him almost half the backboard. That's how open that angle was.
Into the hands of Ellis. That is what you call creating contact. What's the latest on Vaughn Wafer, Greg?
We told you midway through the second quarter he was going to come back. He was expected to come back in this ball game after straining his right calf, but now I'm being told by the Celtics he will not return for this ball game in the second half. So more walking wounded for the Celtics coming off their bench.
I'll tell you, that's a shame. He was really getting his game together. He really showed some terrific offense in this game. And some good defense, too.
Speaking of offense, Ellis with his 17th point of the night. You just think he's really not having that great a night. You look down.
Yeah, well, nobody. They're playing him one up, and they're not helping out. Closing down the angles.
Foul is on Curry, who
Stephen Curry. That's his first personal.
He's learning, shall we say, defensively. He's nowhere near the defensive player that Keith Smart wants him to be.
Wherever he went to school, they were not going to have him bend his knees and foul out of ball games trying to stop people. And he is way behind in that department.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he can't hide at this level. Rondo finds Ray. Back to KG. 3 on the shot clock. Rondo realizes it. Puts up the jumper. Rebound to Lee. Ellis doesn't hesitate. And Lee is there for the foul. With the miss. Kristich gets out on Lee, skips a pass for Wright, misses deep, rebound Garnett. 6 and 6 the numbers for KG tonight. Here's feasting on Curry. Get it?
Golden State foul is on number 30.
It's Indian, I know. Boy, you're getting pretty clever, you know?
Trying to keep it going.
Wow, feasting on Curry.
At the line, Paul is for 2.
Curry chicken, yeah. I can hear them laughing in the truck.
It's good when they laugh in the truck.
Laughing in the truck.
It's good when they're laughing with us as opposed to at us in the truck.
That's good, too.
Yeah. All right, right, we've got it straight here. Paul will be shooting free throws. Double figures now with 10 points. Amundsen checks into the game, and Udo sits down. Not much for Udo tonight. No points in 13 minutes, 3 rebounds. Percentage-wise, shooting exceptionally well from the line. Ellis, the 2.
They're dropping so far off Ellis. He's driving wherever he wants to drive to.
Pierce once again forces the issue, and we'll get to the free throw line.
I like how good they're recognizing people that are beating the defense up the floor and then getting in the ball. Pierce beat 2 guys up, and they spotted him. Nicely done.
Pierce knocks down the free throw.
If I recall the game, I watched this at the studio. But when they played this team out there, they really cut down on Ellis's moves, so that when he was coming off picks, there was a guy right there with him.
Yes.
And this one here, they're running underneath the picks, and they're giving him about 10 feet.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball.
Pass right into the first row. Mike Gorman, Tom Hunch, and Greg Dickinson, glad you could join us here on a Friday night as the Celtics have an 11-point lead on Golden State. Boston with the best record in the East. Keeping a little scoreboard watch going tonight, too, on the games involving Miami and Chicago. Chicago winning their game early over Orlando and winning big.
Celtics ball.
Here's a look at the busiest guy on the Boston Celtics staff. That's Ed Lacert, the head trainer, and Eddie's daughter, Ariana, is watching this game tonight in Florence, Italy.
Florence, Italy.
She is. She's over there studying. Eddie's been trying to keep a thumb on her, but it's very difficult to keep a thumb on your daughter when she's in Florence.
Well, Eddie keeps a thumb on all his kids. I know that.
He does indeed. Best to Ariana. Enjoy the experience. KG.
So worried about Ray, nobody had paid attention to KG.
Celtics foul is on number 9, Rajon Rondo.
Watch Ray come off the pick here, and there's Ray at the top of your screen, just drift down there, and you're going to forget this guy?
I know.
And he just kept dribbling until the passing angle opened up.
Lee gets lucky. Misses the shot. Amundsen able to track it down, though. Amundsen is aggressive. Just runs into Kristich. Blocked by Pierce. Taken down by Kristich. Up ahead to Rondo. KG running the floor. Rajon unable to find the angle. Ray just buries another 3. 5 for 5 tonight. 23 points overall. Celtics shooting 62%. Boston with their biggest lead, I do believe, 77-61, 7:08 left to go through.
What happened to tequila? These days...
Foxwoods Resort and Casino at the Boston Celtics. Visit Celtics.com for the contests and promotions page to enter the Foxwoods Celtics Dream Experience. You know, usually when an NBA rookie is inactive for a game, it's not a good sign for his future, but Jeremy Lin's future is very bright. You see him walking out of Harvard University yesterday where he picked up his diploma. He went through a workout last June and couldn't walk through graduation. He told me tonight he really wasn't that excited to get it today until he looked at it and he said, wow, this is actually pretty cool. He gets a hard time from his teammates. He said, that's to be expected. He said, I have to really make sure that I say and do everything correctly So he doesn't always do that, and teammates are already saying to them, you know what? I can't believe you went to Harvard, not I can't believe that you graduated from Harvard.
I'll go all the way back to the 50s to find another Harvard player. I read a funny story about Jeremy saying when he first came with the team, because he went to Harvard, his teammates thought he knew everything. Didn't matter what the subject was. They would ask him. They just assumed he knew everything. Radmanovich, a lot of dribbling. Wow.
Vladimir Radmanovich.
Just kind of letting everybody know he was in the building. Over the top again, KG tried to tip, couldn't get it. Lee comes away with it. Law pushing it hard. Oh, nice move.
18 Law.
79-65. It's a 14-point Celtic lead halfway through the third quarter. We'll be back with you again on Sunday night, 9 o'clock. Late start from Milwaukee. Celtics against the Bucks. Our coverage begins at 8:30. Hope you can join us. Cedric Maxwell is going to be in the analyst seat. Sunday night.
This guy cannot defend Paul Pierce. Watch Pierce on the catch. Right underneath his hand. Gets the angle. There's the bump. That guy simply cannot bend his knees, move his feet fast enough to take Paul Pierce off the angle.
Paul took a hand across the bridge of the nose, which is why he's a little shaken up.
This guy will play in pain big time. He loves to play basketball. He's going to play until they won't give him a check anymore. That's how long he's going to be in a uniform. He just loves to play.
I think he wants out of the game. I know. I just
got hit in the head.
He
That's
waved,
why.
I know he is. He waved to the bench and said, "Please, I need to adjust whatever is wrong here." He took a crack from Radmanovich again, right across the bridge of the nose.
That is his third personal.
And Jeff Green will come in for him.
Foul. For the Celtics, number 8, Jeff Green replaces Paul Pierce.
Well, let's take a look at him getting hit in the face.
Took a pretty good shot. I told you Elliot Lassard is the busiest guy in the Celtics staff. Paul trying to make sure his nose is still in one piece. Seems like it hurts to breathe. That can be trouble. 82-67. 5.5 to go to the quarter. It's going to be a foul on Ellis.
That was a well-designed play, and they picked it up immediately. There was a switch so that Ellis ended up with the bigger Green, and immediately they set up the pass to Green.
Golden State's over the limit here with a long way to go, 5:22 in the third.
And all Ellis could do was foul.
Jeff, his best night as a Celtic, looking for his 15th point.
He's going to have a lot more games like this. He's a bona fide big league scorer. And wait till Rondo knows where he likes to get the ball. And wait till he understands that Rondo will give him the ball.
Radmanovich not shy at all. Misses. Kristich hauls down the rebound. Outlet pass and a good one to Rondo. Skips it to Ray. Deflected to Rondo. Knocked out of bounds by Ellis. KG trying to find Ray Allen cutting to the basket. 8 seconds for Boston to shoot it. Garnett. Kristich in a crowd. Celtics with a fresh clock. Wow, a little bit of delayed reaction on that call, but Kristich's call for setting an illegal screen. And Paul Pierce, showing how tough he is back in.
34, Paul Pierce back into the lineup.
Yeah, Kristich, what, he'd pick up his fourth?
Yeah.
Well, let's sit him down for the fourth quarter, and there we go with that smallish type lineup. Yep. So Green is playing power forward. He's got Edmondson.
It's encouraging right there as Jeff Green was yelling out the defense for Boston.
Celtics foul is on number 20, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen commits a foul.
Second personal. The Celtics are over the limit. Monte Ellis at line has one shot.
I mean, this kid is one terrific offensive player. He's a two-guard. He's not a big two-guard.
Nope.
And that in why for so many years they've tried to make him into a point guard. But he's a scorer.
Green off the catch. Tries the up and under, comes up short. Amundsen comes away with the rebound. Into the hands of Law. Ellis knocks down a three. 25 and counting for Ellis. The Celtics maintain their double-digit lead with 3:45 left to go in the third. Rondo. Pierce off the catch. Lee with his 6th rebound. Troy Murphy's coming back in the game in a moment. Ellis again. Rebound. Batted around. Pierce throws it ahead to Rondo. Green again running the floor really well. Picked up by Ellis. Pierce to the basket. Well, you take it to the basket against Golden State and they watch.
They go. Ole!
Excuse me.
Kill that bull!
Oh, that's a traveling violation. That would get us to a timeout. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3, and the Celtics are just cruising along, up by 13.
Here they are.
86-73, Celtics are up by 13, 2:39 left to go here in the third. Let's check in with our friend Ray Allen.
A D3 always gives my team a spark. The same way Dunkin' iced coffee gives your afternoon a spark. Now here's the Dunkin' high energy play of the game.
Well, this is high energy. Watch this outlet pass. Hard push. Green ahead of the defense. And there it is, up in the air and in. You will see an awful lot of those before this season winds down.
That's the Dunkin' Donuts high energy play of the game. Let's check in with Greg.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. With Jessica Camerato from CSNNE.com. Delivered by Roche Brothers Home Delivery. And Jessica, we've seen a plethora of moves by the Celtics off the court the last week and a half, and they're starting to make moves inside the locker room as well.
Came in the locker room today, and Jeff Green is now sitting next to Kevin Garnett, which was an empty locker left by Luke Herringody. He said, I can't believe that this locker was still available, but it's things like that, putting Jeff Green next to a guy like Kevin Garnett. He said, KG's intensity's energy falls on others, and I want it to fall on me. It's little things like this that are going to help new players get acclimated.
Much more from Jessica online, and if you're confused about the NFL CBA situation, Tom Curran has got CBA for dummies, only at CSNNE.com. CBA on CSNNE.com. There's a test on that later, Mike.
Yeah, right. I won't do well on that, I know. Ellis. Blocking foul.
Oh, wow. Let's see if he was in the circle or not.
His third personal limit. For the Celtics, number 0, Avery Bradley replaces Ray Allen. Monte Ellis will be at the line.
Pierce picks up the foul, his third. .2:14 left to go here in the quarter. Tonight's league leaders are presented by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Points off turnovers. LeBron James, very good, obviously, to capitalize on them. Monte Ellis right there is Golden State, one of the best teams in the league in capitalizing on points off turnovers. Blake Griffin also.
Now, this is a lineup you're liable to see an awful lot if Big Baby cannot play. Now, Green and Murphy are going to have to really rebound.
2 minutes to play in the quarter.
Pierce with 5 on the shot clock goes down. Not sure what the call is here. 20-second timeout is the call.
The Celtics would like to welcome the kids seated in the Dunkin' Donuts Kids Zone, seated in section 312. The Kids Zone, sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey fans, the Boston Celtics Shamrock Foundation needs your support. Text Celtics to 20222 to donate $5 to the Shamrock Foundation and Perkins School for the Blind to help provide accessible technology for their students. Now, Perkins is committed to providing education and services that build productive, meaningful lives for children and adults all around the world who are blind, deafblind, or visually impaired. Again, text Celtics to 20222 to help the Shamrock Foundation and the Perkins School for the Blind give every child a bright future.
Take a look at Jeff Green. They're wondering when he was going to show his offense. Well, there it is. Hustle plays. This is part of his repertoire. Hustle plays on the fast break will work all the time. And he's got a great pair of hands.
Radmanovich with the follow off the turnover.
I'll tell you, Pierce did a great job of denying the layup, and nobody came down to help him out.
Single-digit game. Bradley slashing to the basket, rejected by Amundsen.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball.
Soundly rejected.
Now, he went broad jumping instead of high jumping.
He did cover a lot of ground there.
Yeah, and that's why he didn't get it off.
Avery in the crowd, nearly tipped in. Nice attempt there by Green. Tried to really kind of deflect the ball into the basket. But Golden State, trailing by 9, can inch closer. And Ellis has really found himself here. He's got 27 and counting. To the basket.
Ellis.
That is inexperienced Celtic defense that time. Faked into the pick and nobody dropped down to help out, cut off the angle. He had clear sailing all the way to the basket.
Rondo gets a little screen, buries the jump shot. 6 points, 11 assists for Jean tonight. Ellis has to regroup, but he's done that before. Lee, a little deep, hits it.
Lee.
20-point night for Lee, make it 22 for Lee, 29 for Ellis. Nobody else in double figures for the Warriors. Curry just 2 for 7, 5 points, and only has played 22 minutes so far in this game. Celtics looking for the final shot here of the third, or close to it. About a 5-second difference between the clocks. Rondo to Pierce, gets a good look at a three. Long with it. Rebound to Ellis. He's got about 3 seconds to get the length of the court. He decides to throw up a shot.
That's the end of the third quarter, fans, with the score.
That's a confident scorer right there.
It sure was.
We got 12 minutes to play here on a Friday night. The Celtics and the Warriors in an offensive show. 88-81. Boston's up by 7. Ray Allen leading the way with 23. 88-81. The Celtics leading the Golden State Warriors. Not a bad night here in the city of Boston. Supposed to be rainy for the weekend, I think. Warm, though. Tonight's Amica game ball, autographed by Tommy Heinsohn, will be awarded to a young Celtics fan at Children's Hospital Boston. Amica Insurance will also donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston on behalf of that young fan. Amica, it's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. Check out the stats through 3. They're brought to you by Ace Tickets. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS. It's not often you see an NBA game where both teams shoot better than 50%, but that's what we got here so far tonight.
Well, the Celtics right now have all the newer people in this lineup. And the only real is Pierce, Rondo, but all the big people. So now this group right now, Doc is trying to keep Kevin Garnett out of the lineup and give him a good rest so that he can finish up.
Rondo Murphy, Chris Johnson, Jeff Green, Paul Pierce on the floor.
Now, Murphy's going to take those shots, and he's going to make them. He is really rusty.
0 for 4 tonight, 0 for 2 from deep. Deflection finally makes its way to Ellis, who tough call.
He hit the ball.
I thought he did too.
He got all ball.
Let's see. On number 8, Jeff Green. That's his third personal.
Now, it's that typical move the guys use of bringing their arms up from underneath when a guy puts his arm out.
Is a 2-shot foul. It is now being
In
reviewed.
this particular case, it looked like it was all ball, but instead Ellis is going to get to the line and get a chance to add to his 29 points.
And they're going to give him 3.
Well, they're going to take a look, as they are doing right now. Take a look.
They're giving him 3.
Yeah, well, he had both feet beyond the line.
After the review, Monte Ellis at the line has...
For a Simmons sideline report, let's check in with Greg.
Doc Rivers on his team pretty good in between quarters, saying to his fellas, you played with no energy in that third quarter, none at all, and now it's a game. We're going to talk more on defense. Kevin Garnett also spending a good amount of time with 2 of the new guys, Chris Johnson and Troy Murphy, working on pick and roll offense in between quarters, guys.
All right, thanks, Greg. Biedrins is coming into the game. Amundsen will check out.
15 on Biedrins back into the game.
You know, and Doc is really kind of forced to play these lineups right now because Big Baby isn't here to give that extra guy with experience. So there's 3 big guys who really are the keys to a defense.
Rondo over the top out of bounds. It'll come back Golden State's way.
They're not looking inside. They're
Ray Allen coming back in. Kristich coming back in. Chris Johnson's the only youngster now who stays out there.
I would have been trying to get Green the ball down on the box or Pierce the ball on the box.
It's a 5-point game. Ellis trying to go back door and get lucky as it went off on the Celtics out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Golden State ball.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Golden State's number 15 on Biedrins.
Biedrins picks it up.
Second personal foul.
tell you, Green can do a job on his defender.
Radmanovich lost Green. Now he comes up with a jumper, and it goes down. 6 of 9 shooting for Jeff tonight, 17 points.
Well, there is the team defense totally broke down. I'm talking about the 3 new big guys. No rotation to protect underneath.
Ray gets a little closer and hits Salini. 9 of 10 shooting for Ray Allen. 5 of 5 from deep. He's got 25 overall. Law penetrates with the dribble, and it deflects off of Kristich out of bounds. 7 seconds on the shot clock for Golden State. Here comes Curry back in, and Law will sit down.
I tell you, Law got away with a palming.
Yeah.
And when you do what he did, if you're an official, you've been around long enough, that's a palming. You've got to call it.
Ellis swallowed up. The ball somehow got to Radmanovich. Kristich, the nice save. Rondo will set the offense. Jeff Green. There you go. 19 for Green tonight. With the deflection. Tough shot by Curry. Big smile on Paul Pierce's face off that shot by Curry right in his kitchen. 94-87 Boston. Point game, Celtics holding on to the lead, 8:22 to play here on a Friday night. The pregame meal with Shannon Allen teaches you how to make quick, healthy meals. This week, Shannon cooks with legendary chef Ming Tsai. Catch the pregame meal Sunday at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Take a look at Jeff Green using the pick. Comes off the pick. Radmanovich is buried beneath it. Got lost totally. And wide open Jay. That is one of his mainstay weapons. But he is also a guy that can put it on the floor and drive to the basket. I like what he's done tonight. And he doesn't know all the things that this team will do for him as a player to get him shots.
Certainly gives the Celtics point production off the bench. Something that Glenn Davis had been carrying the load with. Kristich in traffic gets fouled. Lee quick to volunteer for it.
That was a nice play. They got it into Green. There was much too much traffic. They dropped down. There it is. Kick out pass. He recognized. There's a good play right there by Rondo.
Double figures for Kristich tonight, 10.6 rebounds.
He's going to really help this team. You know, we talked about Semi Erden. He's much more experienced than Semi Erden. That's why he's going to help.
Steps back for a 3. Rebound on the offensive board by Radmanovich. Rondo saw that one coming. Green. Whoa! with the steal off the tip away. Ellis gets it right back. Swoops in for two. Ray. First miss from outside tonight. Yeah, Ellis sure knows how to create contacts.
Celtics foul is on number 8.
It's a great play by Jeff Green. They come up with the steal. Off they go. And Jeff Green on the wing. And up and under. Eluded two guys. Beautifully done.
21 points for Jeff tonight. 33 for Ellis. And he's got a couple of free throws here.
Well, they put Bradley in this ball game right now to give Rondo at least a little bit of breather around a potential timeout.
34, Paul Pierce replaces number 8, Jeff Green.
Jeff gets a nice hand.
I'll tell you, Jeff Green, for the minutes he played, big time effort.
21 points in 23 minutes. .35 points in 37 minutes for Ellis. Seven on the clock. Ellis again hard to the basket. Lee, a strong offensive rebound. Garnett gets a hand in there and is able to get a jump ball out of it.
They actually walk with the ball. Let's see.
Garnett and Lee will do it. Shot he didn't like. Celtics ball.
Get Pierce up, please.
6 of 11 shooting for Paul in 31 minutes, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists.
Call a technical on Radmanovich.
Yeah, he's not happy at all.
A technical foul has been called on Golden State's number 77, Vladimir Radmanovich. Ray Allen shoots the technical.
Ray, of course, will shoot the tee.
For the Celtics, number 9, Rajon Rondo replaces Avery Bradley.
Some guys miss a free throw, they look mad. Ray misses a free throw, he's genuinely perplexed by how that happened. What happened there? It really is. A look at his face, he just doesn't understand how that didn't go. Knocked away by Lee, but right into the hands of Rondo. Now they get it to Garnett. Pierce top of the key. Better than halfway through this fourth quarter, 5 in the shot clock. Paul knows it. Tough shot, makes it.
I'll tell you.
Paul liked that one.
That's a competitor.
That was Ellis-like. Lee misses deep. Ray Allen's got the rebound. Celtics can push this back into double figures again.
Don't walk it up. Don't walk it up.
Foul I believe, it is on David Lee. Tangled up with Kevin Garnett. We get a timeout. Boston up by 9. Time to go back to our Burlington, Massachusetts studios for a Sportsnet Central update with none other than Kevin Walsh.
Thanks for the intro, Mike. Here we go. Chevrolet Sportsnet Central. Immediately following Celtics postgame live, here's what we're working on.
5 minutes and 32 seconds left. Boston up by 9. Tonight's Court Vision is presented by T-Mobile, bringing you the NBA as it happens on America's largest 4G network.
Well, you see Ray winding up for the threes. He's just been unbelievable. And then somewhere in long ago history, he started banking them off the boards and brings it back for tonight. When's the last time you saw him bank it off the boards?
I know, and especially the spot on the glass, too. It was outside the square both times.
Yeah.
But he knows what he's doing, young Ray does. Celtics looking for their 45th win of the year. It will be game number 60, which means we have 22 to go before the playoffs.
Well, they got Williams playing Pierce.
Lee comes up with the turnover.
Yeah, bad pass.
Turnovers in the game even at 13 apiece. Curry doesn't waste much time in his hands. Airmails one. No reset of the shot clock. And a good catch by Curry. And the 2 points. 7-point game. They have to keep scoring against these guys. So relentless. KG gives it up. Pierce to Ray. Rebound Garnett. Oh. Right through the uprights.
Well, I would tell you, there is one player that never expected to pass because that's the first time in his career somebody made a pass like that to him. He's got to learn to be that Celtic.
Alley-oop to Ellis doesn't work out. Ray again.
They got to get Pierce going and get him going to the basket.
Ray's missed his last 3. Right. Lee, good hustle rebound. Curry kicks it out. Ellis tees it up, knocks it down. And Doc takes the timeout. It is a 4-point game. Ellis has 38 and counting. Let's head across the street to our Ace Ticket Studios. Gary, what do you got coming up on Postgame Live, presented by the New England Ford dealers?
Well, Mike, Donnie Marshall once again has a very unique perspective on Jeff Green, and he has a voice. And you're going to hear something totally different from this guy that you haven't heard from anybody else. That's coming up. Plus, he goes fast and furious with the train of thought. So it's all coming up on Postgame Live, presented by your New England Ford dealers. Coming up next, the final 4:06. A little close over there, thanks to Mr. Ellis. Celtics by 4. Mike, Tommy, and Greg take you home after this.
Game, nice night in the city of Boston. 4:06 left to play in it. Celtics up. It's time now for tonight's Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment.
Yeah, watch this one here as Rondo pushes it up, gets it to Green, a 3-on-2, and he does the up and under. Well executed.
Jeff Green in the game down the stretch here with Rondo, Garnett, Pierce, and Allen. So once again using that lineup with Jeff as the power forward. Garnett as the center. Rondo goes off Ray Allen, out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball.
I'll tell you, they're getting up playing tough defense right now. The Celtics really got to play sharp, get on their toes.
It obviously did not go off Ray. It was deflected. 6 on the clock. Rondo. Everything but the basket. Ellis. Right passes it up. Ellis does not. And hits a 3, and it's a 1-point game. 1:20 left to play. Boston's lead, once as high as 16, is down to 1. Make it 18. And an offensive foul is called.
I got to see this one. This is an acting job. If this isn't an acting job, oh, please.
We got a timeout. We'll take it. Golden State's going to have the ball and a chance to take the lead when we get back. Fourth quarter, the most convenient way to get in touch with Tommy and me is by emailing your question to Tommy and Mike's mailbag on csnne.com. Now, your question could be used live in the pregame show or on the website from TD Bank, America's most convenient bank. 41 points for Ellis tonight.
Well, watch the last 3 here. And up they go, and they get it back to him. He's been the hot man.
The lane again, missed it. Pierce to Ray. Spins in traffic.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball.
Deflected out of bounds. Curry got the last piece of it. 3 minutes straight up to play. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Boston the ball, 1-point lead. To Pierce, defended by Williams. Pierce. Oh. Youngster, my name is Paul Pierce.
I'm here. My name is Pierce, and I'm here. Watch this. I mean, this guy is just incredible.
See, the guy tried to get his hand out of the way and couldn't get it out fast enough.
And Paul Pierce is such a competitor. Some stops. No fooling around now.
Lee couldn't flip it up. Green with the miss. That's the first rebound for Jeff tonight. Came in a big time. Brief double team on Pierce. Gets into the paint, tries to force it.
He had the shot. Take the shot.
Ellis, nice heads-up play by Ellis to find Wright.
See, when a guy's open like that at the end of the game, Pierce got to take the shot. There was really a tough angle to make that pass.
2 minutes to play in the quarter.
Nothing doing for Rondo. Takes the jumper himself. Rebound to Wright, and a chance for Golden State to tie this game in the final 2 minutes after being down 18. Curry picked off by Green. Rondo to Pierce. The two.
Pierce is here.
27 for Paul. 1:31 to play. 2-possession game. Boston with the lead.
You know it's
105-101, Boston by 4. The Tommy Award will be brought to you by your New England Nissan dealer. You'll get to find out who won it in the post-game show. Get to the Nissan Now sales event for the Nissan you want. Choose Nissan.com or your local dealer.
It's a hard push after they come up with the ball. And somebody doesn't pick up Pierce. He almost mishandled it. But he's got a smallish guy playing him. And he's out of the game, Williams. So Wright is in. He's going to play Pierce.
Rondo with the turnover.
Boy, you got to make a basket on that.
Too unselfish at times.
No basket. Golden State foul is on Lee. That's his fourth personal, first in the last.
That's the first in the last 2 minutes. So it'll be side out Boston. 14 on the shot clock. 1:07 to go in the game. Boston the ball and a 4-point lead.
There's the guy you want to get the ball to. Pierce. Come on, get it to Pierce.
Rondo! No. Into the hands of Curry. Rondo defending Curry now. Get a hand in there. Loose ball. Curry comes up with it. And Lee gets 2. 105-103. Golden State doesn't need to foul. Pierce gets a screen. Back to Garnett. Gets a good look. Ray Allen, an offensive rebound. Now they have to foul, and they got to foul the wrong guy.
Well, somehow or other, they get a good look at this one. There's Ray doing what needed to be done.
For Ray, 27 for Pierce.
Well, the Celtics are out of timeouts. The Warriors have 2 left, a regular and a 20.
This to make it a 2-possession game. Golden State will take a 20-second timeout. But they are down by 4. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Supercuts every time. How about Paul Pierce? 27 points, 20 of those coming in the second half. 9 of 14 from the field. Perfect at the free throw line. Chips in 6 rebounds, which makes him tied with Garnett and Kristich for high in rebounding. Celtics getting out rebounded 39-27 in this game tonight. That doesn't help matters at all. Allowed Golden State to get back in it. Don't forget to join us on Sunday night, a little late. 8:30 coverage begins. And we'll be by around 9 o'clock. Cedric Maxwell will be in the analyst chair next to me as the Celtics take on the Bucks. 9 o'clock on Sunday night. Chicago Bulls went to Orlando and beat the Magic tonight. 24 for Rose, 89-81. The Bulls keeping pace, and they could actually move ahead of Miami in the loss column tonight. Miami just starting a tough game at San Antonio. Ellis misses the 3. Rebound tapped around. Foul on Boston.
Oh, wow.
Loose ball foul on the Celtics, number 80, Jeff Green.
I got to see this one.
Foul, first in the last 2 minutes.
It should have been on Radmanovich. I'm with you, Jeff. Now, the Celtics had one away.
Yeah,
so
they did. So 6.7 now on the clock. Green is fouled out of the game. That's his 6th foul. 21 points so for Jeff. His best effort, obviously, as a Celtic. 21 points in 28 minutes. 8 of 11 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line.
Now, this is interesting. They're putting Bradley back in. And he's going to take Curry.
Yeah. Radmanovich gets off a 3, misses it. Pierce the rebound. Ball game. Celtics win it 107-103. Paul Pierce chatting with Monte Ellis, who dropped 40+ on the Celtics tonight, but it was not good enough. As as Boston picks up their 45th win of the year, 45-15 now, the Celtics record. Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your certified auto center. Paul Pierce with the basket and the free throw. Big three-point play, the key point in the game. As Pierce, our player of the game, also involved in the play of the game. Tonight's no-nonsense interview is brought to you by SPLI. A quick chat with SPLI can ensure your team at home is covered with affordable life insurance. Visit SPLI.com. Here's Greg.
Thanks so much. Ray had the big rebound late to seal this ball game. Ray, second game in a row, big lead dwindled down, late stages of a ball game. What did you see that got Golden State back into this ball game tonight?
I just think just trying to integrate the new pieces into what we're doing defensively down the stretch. Like I said, that's probably one of the toughest things that we had to deal with. Jeff's been playing great for us, and Nene has been playing great for us, but defensively is where we need that chemistry down the stretch, and we're learning that right now.
Almost inevitable that consistency is going to be an issue for a few games based on the injuries and based on 5 new guys in the past week in this roster?
And most definitely. Baby's probably been the guy to close out quarters for us since Shaq's been out. So if you look at the guys that we have now, like understanding our terminology, understanding what we do down the stretch on both ends of the floor, you can see, Rondo trying to get comfortable with everything we're doing and the plays that we run and who's going to be over where. With Jeff out there, it gives us so much more diversity, but he's still learning, understanding what places, what sets to be in at what time.
You started out this game 7 for 7. What can a guy like Jeff Green do for your game and mean to your offense?
Well, there's a couple times there where we moved around. On offense, I need the basket, and both guys went with me. And I told him at one point during timeout, I said, make sure you get out quick because both guys come with me, you're going to be wide open, and you got to be ready to knock that shot down. And he's a great shooter, so he'll be ready to knock those shots down for us.
Nice win tonight. Appreciate the time. Thanks so much, Ray Allen, tonight. Part of the win for the Celtics. Michael, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Our next game is Sunday night. The Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. Coverage starts at 8:30. Late tip right around 9 o'clock. Hope you can join Cedric Maxwell and myself for our coverage. Right now, let's go to Gary Tangway and find out what's coming up on Post Game Live. That, of course, is presented by the New England Ford dealers.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. The Celtics had a comfortable, or what we thought was a comfortable 18-point lead that made it very interesting. But look, Ellis is a scorer, and they have 2 guys on this Golden State team that could score. Curry lit up Washington the other night for 29, and Ellis had 41 tonight, and that ties Kobe's mark for the most scored by an opponent against the Celtics.
Scoring not an issue for Golden State.
Right.
It's not an issue. Their whole problem is they can't stop anyone, and they give up. They have some big guys up there. David Lee doing all he can really by himself, but Beardridge and Radmanovic give them nothing when you talk about their size and their advantage to rebound. Celtics, they did out-rebound the Celtics tonight, 15 offensive for them, but they don't get stops, Gary. And we don't share the basketball, and you don't get stops, you don't win.
Donnie will tell you the real deal regarding Jeff Green, an opinion you haven't heard anywhere else. That's coming up on Post Game Live. How's that for a tease?